Math 8, Test 1, Linear Equations. Question 1. 2 equals 10 plus x. Subtract 10 from both sides to isolate the variable x. 10s cancel out on the right, so you get 2 minus 10, which is negative 8, equals x, or simply put, x equals negative 8. Box your answer, you're done. Question 2. 15x equals 195. We need to divide both sides by 15. Okay, so x equals 13. Question 3. Negative 3n minus 1 equals minus 46. We add 1 to both sides. So it's negative 3n equals negative 45. Divide both sides then by negative 3. N equals negative over negative is a positive 15. Okay, question 4. 6 equals 6 times 9 plus x. Honestly, you can just tell me that 9 plus what equals 1, because 6 times 1 equals 6. That's a beautiful way of doing it, but I'm going to show you the actual way that the problem is intended to be done. So you distribute this 6 first. So it's going to be 6 equals 6 times 9, which is 54, plus 6x. Okay, then what we do is we subtract 54 from both sides. So 6 minus 54 is going to be negative 48 equals 6x. Then what we do is we divide both sides by 6. The answer is x equals negative 8. Question 5. Here we go. We got to distribute this negative 8 into this parenthesis, okay? So that means it's going to be negative 8v minus 24 minus 6v equals negative 122. Combining like terms, I'm going to combine negative 8v and negative 6v, okay, because that's the only two things we can combine here. So it's going to turn into negative 14v minus 24 equals negative 122. We need to add 24 to both sides, okay, to get rid of these two 24s. So it's going to be negative 14v equals, and negative 122 plus 24 is still going to be a negative, but it's going to turn into negative 98. Then what you're going to do is you're going to divide both sides by, I'm going to use a different color here, negative 14, okay? Divide both sides by negative 14. So you get the answer. These two cancel out. V equals a positive number. V equals 7. Number 6, we distribute the negative 7 into the parentheses, so it's going to be negative 28x minus 14 equals 126. Okay, now we're adding 14 to both sides, and we're looking at the result here. So it's negative 28x equals 126 plus 14 is 140. Then we divide both sides by negative 28. These two cancel out. X equals negative 5. Number 7, we're sketching the graph of a function here. We know the starting point is negative 5. Okay, we're going to start at negative 5 right here. And we know it's going to go, it's a negative slope, so it's going to go down 9 and across 5. So, however, here, look at that. We cannot go down because our graph is short. So we're going to go, instead of going down 9 down and 5 across to the right, we're going to go 9 up and 5 to the left. So it's kind of a cheating way to avoid lack of space here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your point. This is your point. So I'm going to try to do it as neatly as possible, and that's your answer. Okay, question number 8. You're looking at x minus 3y equals negative 12. So we need to solve it for y. Solve for y. Okay, so it's going to be x minus 3y equals negative 12. So first things first is we're going to subtract x from both sides. Okay, so it's going to be negative 3y equals negative x minus 12. So far so good. Next step is we're going to divide everything by negative 3. Okay, so guess what? These two cancel out, so you're going to have y equals negative x over negative 3 is just going to be x over 3. Minus 12 over minus 3 is going to be plus 4. So you're looking at y equals, instead of x over 3, you can write down 1/3 x plus 4. Now we're starting with 4 here, and we're going to go 1 up, 3 across. 1 up, and 1, 2, 3 across. There you go. That's how it's going to be. Okay, oops. Totally butchered it, but it's okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go. So your graph should look something like that. Okay, we're moving on. Question number 9. Two equations, 2x minus 3. So we start at minus 3. Slope is 2 over 1. 1, 2 over 1. 1, 2 over 1. 1, 2 over 1. So this is your first equation, and I'm going to mark it with the green dot. And then the blue dot here, it's y equals minus 3x plus 2. So you're starting at plus 2 here, the blue equation. And you're going to go down 3 over 1. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 over 1 right here. 1, 2, 3 over 1 right here. And there you go. So, and they intersect at this point, and this point is 1 comma negative 1. Okay, question 10. We gotta solve this by substitution. Okay, and here we go. Let me get a piece of paper here. And we're gonna go and do our substitution here. Okay, it's a tough one, so a lot of people kind of guessed, so to speak. So number 10, we're gonna go x minus 2y equals 2, and here's 2x minus 3y equals 5. So I'm gonna label this equation 1, equation 2. Okay, so I'm gonna rewrite equation 1 because it sounds like the easiest to deal with. X minus 2y equals 2. X, we're actually gonna add 2y to both sides, okay, so that these two cancel out. X equals 2 plus 2y. This is my x, okay, so this is it. I found out what x is going to be equal to. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down equation number 2 and plug in that x into it. Okay, so now I need to write down equation 2, and equation 2 goes 2x minus 3y equals 5. Now instead of x now, 2x, I'm going to plug in whatever x equal to. 2 plus 2y minus 3y equals 5. Now you're doing distribution, okay? You distribute the 2 into the parentheses, so it's going to be 2 times 2 is 4, plus 4y minus 3y equals 5. Combining like terms, 4y minus 3y, so it's going to be what? 4 plus y equals 5. A lot of you guys will put plus 1y, which is okay, but we're not going to do that just yet. Okay, we're just going to go 4 plus y equals 5. Then we subtract 4 from both sides. y equals 1. Okay, if y equals 1, we're going to plug it back into this equation here, right? So we're going to go again with the equation x equals 2 plus 2y. All right, so now it's going to be x equals 2 plus 2, and instead of y, we're going to put times 1. Well, 2 times 1 is just 2, so x equals 2 plus 2, which is a 4. And here's how you're going to write down the answer. X is 4, comma, y is 1. That's your answer. For question number 11, we got two high schools, High School A and High School B. They're doing their trips. So High School A randomly filled 11 vans and 2 buses. And they fit 249 students. Okay. High School B rented and filled 14 vans plus 8 buses with 546 students. And what we're gonna do is we gotta find out how many people can each bus hold. Multiple ways we could do this one, but the best way, I think, is well, first of all, there's so many ways I'm so tempted to show you right now, but we're just gonna do one sure way. So here's the top equation. Look, 11 and 14, there's not much they have in common. We need to find something that they have in common. In here, 2 and 8, we can make 2 look like 8 by multiplying everything by 4. Okay, and this is what happens. Just watch what happens right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do this the brace right here. So 11 times 4, 11v times 4 turns into 44v. Okay, we're talking about just the top equation here. Plus 8b equals, and now we're gonna have 249 times 4 equals 996. Here we got 14v plus 8b equals 546. At this point, we got to subtract. Okay, so when we're subtracting, 44 minus 14 is 30v. 8b minus 8b, they're gone, equals, and 996 minus 546. 6 minus 6 is 0. This is turning into 5, and this is turning into 4. 450, okay? And then guess what we do? We divide both sides by 30. So divide both sides by 30. V equals 15. So 15 people can fit in a van, all right? Van host can handle 15 people. Now that we found that out, choose any of the equations above. I say the easiest one to work with would be the top one, right? So it's going to be 11v plus 2b equals 249. Okay, so instead of v now, it's 11 times. Instead of v now, we're looking at 15 plus 2b equals 249. 11 times 15 is going to be 165 plus 2b equals 249. So now let's go ahead and subtract 165 from both sides. Because it's a constant and it's isolated, it's separated by the plus and or minus sign from the variable, so it's really easy to remove. So here you go. 2b equals 9 minus 5 is 4. 24 minus 16 is, I believe it's 8. 2b equals 84. And so divide both sides by 2. b equals 42. That's it. So 42 is B and 15 is V. So that means buses can handle 42 people and vans can fit 15. For number 12, you got to see if point -4, 1 is the solution to the system. So you got to plug in x is -4, y is 1, okay? plug them in. So 3 times -4 plus 1 should equal to -12. So -12 plus 1 equals -12. -12 plus 1 is -11 equals -12. That is a inequal. It's not equal, so the answer, it's false. So the answer is no, it is not a solution, okay? That's how you do that. If it was true, then yeah, we would have checked both equations. Now, next is draw a consistent system. You just need to draw a system that intersects at a point. So there you go, y equals 3, x equals 0. Done.